So you've got your day all planned out today, eh? Well, that's nice. I had my day planned out yesterday, and my goodness, the day fell apart on me. I couldn't believe how things just totally turned south on me. Thank you for visiting my channel, Off-Grid Living with the Bennetts. My name is Jim. So, yes, yesterday was an epic failure day, but I'll get to that in a minute. I'm going to give you some history first of all. I've got an off-grid property I've owned for 4 years, and we had decided that it was going to be our summer vacation spot. Well, a year ago we made the decision that maybe we should take up permanent residence in our off-grid property. So we sold our home and spent the next year getting prepared. So we've been in an apartment. I've spent a lot of hours on the road. I spent a lot of hours away from my wife, Virginia, at our off-grid property. So we have finally come to the realization that we're ready to move. We're ready to do this. So what we've been doing is, for the last year we've been in an apartment, and so now I've been gradually taking things. We had mini storage, we've been taking things out. I've got videos on that. I've been taking things out of our apartment, and so now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. So here's the deal. My wife came up with me a couple days ago. We brought a truckload of stuff and a trailer load. So yesterday I did a whole bunch of little odds and end jobs around the house, just puttering really. I emptied the trailer. No, I emptied the truck. And then when it came time to empty the trailer, I got pretty much everything out of the trailer except for a couch. So I said to my wife, I says, can you give me a hand with the couch? Now, as it turns out, I wrestled it from the 5th floor of our apartment into the elevator, down the elevator, into the trailer, loaded it all up myself. But it was definitely a workout. So my sister says, can you give me a hand? I'll get the trailer as close to the house as I can. She said, yeah, that's no problem. Railroad truck. So I backed my trailer up right to the steps, and after a few tries I got it sort of where I wanted it, but not exactly. So I opened up the tailgate, and the tailgate was going out to the step nice and flat. But here's the problem. When the tailgate was landed on the step, half the tailgate was on the step and the other half was sort of just hanging there. So it probably wasn't, the truck probably wasn't parked as well as what it should have been. But I was by myself and I was trying to jackknife it to get to the steps. So anyways, I thought, that's fine. So I said to my wife, I says, do you want to be at that end of the couch walking backwards, or do you want to be at that end of the couch walking forwards? We'll just take little baby steps. And you we'll just lift it up and move it a couple feet at a time. Once we get it into the house and we get it onto the floor, it's on its side, I'll just slide it across. She said, okay. She'll walk forwards, I'll walk backwards. So I said to her, I says, okay, watch the tailgate. The tailgate is not properly situated. It's half on the step, but it's half just suspended there. Yep, no problem, she said. Okay. So we start moving, couple feet at a time. It's a heavy couch. I'm asking her, are you okay? Are you okay? Yep. Am I going too fast for you? No. Slow down, go fast, whatever. So I'm not really paying attention at all what's going on. Well, I'm standing on the front deck, and she's standing in the trailer. Well, sure enough, I forgot about that spot. She forgot about that spot, otherwise it would have reminded her. Well, she got to the end of the tailgate, and the part that was on the step was fine, but she stepped on the part of the tailgate that was not on the step. Well, she went down, and she was laying on the ground. And I mean, she went down. She didn't do a face plant. She did like a body plant. Well, I hopped over that couch so fast, and I got down to her, and her face was red as a beet, and her breathing was like very shallow and very irregular. And I said to her, I said, just lay there, don't move, just lay, just get your breath back, just lay there. Well, I was really quite nervous. You have to realize, I've been married for almost 45 years. I've only been married once, and this is the one. I've known her for 47 years, give or take. We dated, and then we got married. After we were married, she moved in, and we were going. But 45 years almost I've been married to her. Well, she was laying on the ground, out of breath, red-faced, shaking. Well, I was really quite nervous because I live in an unorganized township. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. The services in an unorganized township really are not good. Mail's not good. 911's not good. Fire, police, ambulance, garbage pickup, gas services, hydro services, all that stuff. When you're in an unorganized township, you certainly have the benefits of having cheaper taxes, and you have the benefits of doing what you want to some extent. But you really need to make sure that you're prepared for an emergency. Well, I wasn't prepared. There's a lady I know who she called 911. Lives in my area, unorganized township. She called 911, and she waited 8 hours for an ambulance. And by the time the ambulance got there, her husband had passed away. Well, my wife's laying on the ground, and I'm thinking to myself, what's going to happen if I call 911? I thought, I'm going to have to get her in this truck and take her half an hour drive to the hospital. Anyways, after a while, she got up and she got her bearings. She's in very, very much, a lot of pain. We got in the house, got her settled down, and then I said to her, I said, if you need to go to the hospital, you let me know. She said, okay. Well, finally, 2-3 hours passed. She said, yeah, I need to go to the hospital. So I took her to the hospital, and in Canada, you know, all we talk about is shortage of doctors, shortage of services, shortage of this, shortage of that, waiting times, everything else. Well, I took her to the hospital, and we got there maybe around 5 o'clock in the evening. We waited forever. It was so long. There was nothing to do, just sit there and wait. So anyways, they finally took her in, did an x-ray. Fortunately for her, nothing was broken. It was just severe bruising and strain, but nothing was broken, which I'm really thankful for. The doctor said, take a couple days, don't do anything, relax, and then after that, go right back to your regular routine. If you don't go back to your regular routine, then it's going to take longer to heal. Could still take a couple weeks to heal, but go back to your regular routine. So that's good. So we left the hospital and we got back home. It was like 1:30 in the morning. I'm very happy and very fortunate that my wife is fine, because I love living the off-grid lifestyle, but my plan is to do it with my wife. And like I say, we're getting to that point now where we've always spent a lot of time together, but now we've got the opportunity where we're going to be spending more time together, and I really wanted her to be fine, which she is. So basically all I'm saying is, you may have your day planned, but it doesn't mean that's the way it's going to go. Things change in an instant. If you watch my video on I crashed into a train with a Toyota Corolla. If you haven't watched that video, watch that video. I crashed into a train with a Toyota Corolla. That video is a perfect example of how life can change in just an instant. I did that video a couple weeks ago. Scroll through my videos, you'll find it. I crashed into the train with a Toyota Corolla. Anyways, bottom line is, be safe. Don't put yourself in a situation where you're going to get hurt. When you're living off grid, you already have opportunities that are going to challenge you. You already don't have the services that you need sometimes to take care of you. So be safe and plan your steps out. Again, my name is Jim. Thanks for visiting my channel. If you hit that subscribe button down in the corner, I'd really appreciate it. Have a great day. Talk to you next video.